Today's test is going to be on a Broil King Regal 590 Pro. It comes with stainless steel grill grates and 5 11,000 BTU burners. To start the test, we're going to turn all the burners on high, and then we're going to start the timer, and we're going to use the Blue Therm Duo from ThermalWorks. It's a data logging and Bluetooth enabled device. Here we got the probe. It's centered left to right, front to back, and 1 inch above the grill grates. Now I fast forwarded this until you hit the 500-degree milestone, as well as some other milestones, so maybe you can see them in more detail. I don't want to blow past them all. At 500 degrees here, it doesn't take too long to get up to. We're going to do the same test to the grill grates after, and we'll be able to have a comparison chart and see, because of the Bluetooth enabled data logging from ThermalWorks. It makes it very simple to log everything, and every time you use it, you can view it on your iPhone as it goes in real time. So it's a real help if you want to see where your smoker's at or where your grill is at. You know, you have 2 spots on it, so you can measure meat and air, or 2 meat temperatures independently. Here we can see at 500 degrees, it took 7 minutes and 39 seconds, which you'll see is very similar to the grill grates after. And now we're opening it for 1 minute. It's going to go from about 603 down to a low of about 355 degrees. And we're going to close the lid, and we're going to see how long it takes to get back up to 603 degrees. And it takes about 1 minute and 54 seconds to recover. Now that just simulates maybe opening it up and putting a piece of meat on there, and if you want it to get back up to temperature, you know, how long does it take? Are grill grates going to be better for this, or are stainless steel better, or are they both going to be the same? Well, we'll find out soon with the graph and the next half of the video. We're just going to do a temp run here. Everything is on high. We're going to see when it hits the maximum temperature. It'll probably plane off there, and it won't get any hotter. And we'll see right almost there. It's going to hit about 722 degrees. Here it's struggling to get past it, or get up to 722. I got another test here I've done. We'll show you this one first. It's all the burners on low, and it evened out about this temperature here, about 450 to 470, so probably 460 average. And then here's that test I've done previous. It got up to about 723 on high for an extended period of time. Then here's the graph. It just shows the middle dip in there is when we opened up the lid for 1 minute, and you can see how quickly it came back up to the 600 degrees and then soared right past it. So here's the grill grates. When you get them, they'll be all interlocked like this in your packaging. They don't take up much room, so you might be surprised at the box you get when it's delivered to your house, but they're all in there. It even came with the spatula. They're a little bit heavy. My wife had, some trouble moving them around. She almost dropped them because they want to slide apart when you move them. So, just put them off to the side until you got them on the grill there. They're pretty sharp on the edges there. They're not rounded over at all on the front and back, so just be careful of that. And here I'm struggling to get them in. There's a fastener on the inside of the Broil King grill here, and it's like a screw, and it's just poking out a little bit. Even though these 19.25-inch grates fit perfectly in there, the fasteners that make up the inside of the barbecue there just seem to be in the way, and there's 3 or 4 of them. One proved to be a little more difficult on the left side there than the rest, but now it's in. Let's place this probe in the exact same spot, 1 inch off the top of the surface of the grill, and center left to right and front to back. Now I started off on the right side there, and I inserted them over to the left, and it seems that there's about a 1.5-inch gap over there. I can't say I'm worried about that. I think it'll be fine. And then these stick up just a little bit higher than the original stainless steel. They're just maybe a 1/4 inch at the most above the surface here. And we'll just have to open and close the lid here and see if that's a problem. And nope, it works fine. Now we're going to do the same kind of test here as with the stainless steel. We're going to fast forward through all this until we hit about 500 degrees, and then we'll slow down the footage. The difference here is minimal. At 500 degrees, it's going to take 7 minutes and 59 seconds. So it's going to be very similar to the stainless steel. You know, it takes like a little bit longer, but you got to remember there are variables like ambient temperature, even though it was similar. Also the wind. It's not windy today. It's very minimal. I tried to do it on a day where there was almost no wind, but it seemed like a good condition today to do a comparison test. So you can see here at 600 degrees took 11 minutes and 3 seconds. So it seems to have heated up more quickly to 600 than the stainless steel. So some improvement there, especially since now it only takes 3 minutes and 4 seconds to heat up from 500 to 600, whereas the stainless steel took 3 minutes and 50 seconds to heat up from 500 to 600. So we've opened the lid. We're going to do this for a minute. It's going to get down to 353 degrees, and then we'll time it to get back up to the temperature when we open the lid, which this time was 624. It takes 2 minutes and 3 seconds, which is very similar to the previous stainless steel grills, where it went from 355 to 603 in 1 minute and 54 seconds. So no difference really. Now let's just see how hot this gets. Grill Grates recommends, I think, not going over 800 degrees, but they also say that your grill is going to get hotter quicker, and you got to be careful because it's going to be about 150 to 250 degrees hotter. I've never got this grill with stainless steel over about 760. I think it was 768 maybe in the summer. And with this grill, with the Grill Grates on, we're hitting about 728 there. So I can't really say it's going to get above 800. But now we're just open the grill for about 2 minutes, and then we're just going to try and get all the burners on low and get a temperature reading for what it's going to average out to on the low. I would usually expect about 450 on low, and these seem to get about 470. Maybe if I left it a little longer, it might have gone a little bit lower, but you know, anywhere around there is pretty close. 450 to 470 is pretty much the same, not much difference. So it's getting dark though, so I can barely see it. And yeah, so it ends up, you know, about 470. So let's get onto the graph there, and we'll see. All right, so this is just for the Grill Grates. There's the 1 minute dip on the first tooth there, and then it went all the way up to its maximum temp, and then the 2 minute dip. And I've just edited this to be the same profile. We're going to go up to 600 degrees on both, and then watch the dip for the 1 minute lid opening, and they both dip to the same temperature and then go back up at its consistent rate. So not much difference there. But you know, the truth is, you know, if you bought these, you're probably interested in the grill marks. You know, that's what they claim, and also the better flame reduction. So you're not going to get a bunch of burnt food all the time with these, allegedly. We'll have to do another review on actually using them. But hopefully these prove to be worth the money, because they were a few bucks up here in Canada, you know, importing them and the exchange rate being the way it was. So we'll see. These tongs, though, I don't think they're made to lift 2 pounds of ribs there. They're struggling, and I think I bent one just a little bit trying to grab onto these things. But as for heat, they're very similar to the stainless steel. I have cooked with these, and they do get some pretty good grill marks on there, but you got to season the grills. But then again, if you're getting the barbecue up to 700 and something degrees, any seasoning you've done is probably going to get burnt right off. And so when you cook with them, you know, and you want to season them, I would recommend keeping it on low. But thanks for your time, and I hope this review helped.